up, you guys? My name is Sonia Gonzalez, and this is going to be a video where I talk about my own mental health issues and myself coping with them, and yeah. So let's just get right into it. So basically, in 2016, I graduated from high school, and I started my first semester in college that August. I was noticing immediately that it was a lot harder, which obviously you would know that, you know, college is going to be a different level than high school, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but compared to high school, I was just struggling. It was very hard for me to pay attention. It was just a struggle. So anyways, I knew that my younger brother had ADD, and I thought, you know, I looked up some characteristics of ADD, ADHD, and I was trying to see if, you know, adults could have it, because a lot of times, you know, people assume that it's just children that struggle with that. And so I looked it up. I was researching it myself because I felt as though, not just because school was difficult, but because of other signs too, just a lot of things that I just felt that maybe I had it, you know, and I'd never been diagnosed because I never thought that I possibly had it, and you know, that was just my way of thinking. It was my normal, you know. And so I decided that I was gonna go seek out help and see if I did have it and get tested for it. So I went to the campus counselors at my university that I attended, and they told me that they couldn't, you know, test me for that. I had to see an actual somebody with an actual PhD. So I went ahead and got a psychologist. I went ahead and saw him. So I went a couple times. I think I went 3 or 4 visits, and I was diagnosed with ADHD and generalized anxiety. So I graduated from college last May, and it took me 3 years, and you know, my grades weren't always the best, but I passed. I graduated with my Bachelor of Arts. Bachelor of Arts, I know some people are like, ooh, but I still graduated. I graduated from college. I consider that a success for myself. When it comes to my anxiety, I wasn't ever really treated for it because the psychologist that I saw, he said that, you know, my anxiety probably stemmed from my ADHD. They coincided, is what he said. And so I thought, well, if I get treated for my ADHD, maybe my anxiety will go away, or it'll get better, you know. Well, I started taking some medicine for ADHD when I was still in university, and honestly, it made my anxiety so much worse. I remember I could just feel my heart beating in my chest, like every beat. And you know, when you have ADHD, you hyper focus on something. That could be, you know, something that you love, you know, so like movies, TV shows, for example. I love them, and so I will hyper focus, and if I'm into something, like, you're not going to get me disconnected from that because I'm so focused on it. And anyway, so with my anxiety, I would be taking my ADHD medication, and I could just feel my heart, like heart palpitations. I could just feel them. I just felt every beat, and it literally drove me crazy. I could just feel my heart beating in my chest, and my mouth, you would get cotton mouth. That's one of the side effects, depending on like what kind of medication you're taking. That was a side effect for the one that I had been on. And so I just like constantly felt like thirsty. My mouth was dry. I felt hot. It was just making my symptoms of anxiety and just my anxiety in general way worse. So I did not like the medication that I was on for my ADHD. So they tried to put me on another one, and I was on that for a little bit. And that one also, same thing, didn't help with my side effects didn't help with my anxiety at all, it just made it worse. And so a lot of things happened with the school, and so anyways, they weren't able to prescribe me ADHD medication because I missed a day when I took it, and they were like, well, we can't give it to you because we can't prescribe you anymore because you're not taking it the right way. I don't know. So I didn't get to take my ADHD medication anymore, which was fine because I really didn't like how it made me feel. It did make me hyper-focused, but it made my anxiety way worse, all of the symptoms I just said. And also, it just made me feel like a zombie. I just felt like That was me in class every day. I wouldn't ask questions. I was present and I was focused, but it's like it took my personality away, and I really didn't like that. So for the last year of school, I didn't take any medication. So I learned to cope with my ADHD, and if I knew I wasn't focusing, I would literally just tell myself in my head, like, hey, pay attention. My ADHD, as I'm sure with most people, is worse when I don't sleep enough, and I need 8 hours of sleep. I know some people are like, oh, I can run off of 4 to 6 hours. I'm not really like that. I need 8 hours of sleep, otherwise it is just so hard for me to focus. If you tell me to do one task, I'm gonna think about this other task I was just doing, and I'm gonna get stuck and not know where I should go. That makes me even more anxious. Just in general, I am more irritable, as most people are when they don't sleep very many hours. My anxiety since graduating from college, I think the whole questioning life and just where I'm at this present moment in life, and what's next, and planning stuff. I'm getting married soon, and planning our move. We're moving to LA. Like, it's just a lot going on, and so with that, and then just in general, just being anxious, having anxiety, you're just anxious anyways in general, but then having other things on top of that, I've just felt so stiff, and like even right now filming this video, I can just feel the tension in my shoulders. And I was a theater major, so I learned how to stretch, I learned how to destructure, I learned, stuff to help me physically with stress. And I did some stuff before I started filming this, just to make me feel a little bit better, but it's just gotten to the point where it's just like I'm tense all the time, and I'm trying really hard to not be, and I'm trying really hard to not let life and my anxieties and my thoughts just overwhelm me and take over me negatively. So with that all out in the open, I'm going to give you some of my tips and let you guys know just a couple things that I do on the daily, and it's still a struggle. I'm not saying this is gonna make all your problems go away, your anxiety's gonna go away, your ADHD is gonna be cured. No. This is just some steps that I take to help me personally. 1, I try to sleep 8 hours. I know it is really hard, especially if you're somebody who's in college still, you work a job. During school, I did not get 8 hours of sleep. I didn't. I tried sometimes, but I'm just gonna say, being a theater major, you got shows, I had a job, and I had other classes. So, did I get 8 hours of sleep when I was in college? No. But if you can, try. And on the weekends, instead of going out, instead of doing things with your friends, or even if you do things with your friends, just go to bed earlier. Just be like, you know what, I'm gonna hang out with you guys, but I need to leave at this time because I really need to go to bed. I'm exhausted. I need to get some rest. I try to journal. If I'm being honest, do I do it every day? No. I should, but I don't. And I try to write things that I am grateful for to outweigh the cons and my negative thoughts. And then also, sometimes I just vent. I write everything that's pissed me off that day, everything that has made my day difficult, and that helps me, instead of internalizing everything, which I usually do with my feelings and my thoughts and my emotions, I like to let them out. Or I talk to someone. I talk to my fiance. My fiance is my best friend, and I literally tell him anything, anytime something is bothering me, anytime, talk to someone. If you don't want to journal, if you don't like writing, even just like human communication, like talking to another human being, that automatically, that helps me. Breathing, I work at Starbucks, and that's a pretty stressful job. I know you think making coffee is not that hard, but honestly, people are pretty particular about their coffee. People are watching you, and you're double barring, and so that means you're making all the drinks. You're literally going to town, and these people will be watching you and just staring at you with, like, literally, they look like they have no soul, no emotion. They're just like, pissed off at you because you don't have, 8 arms and can make all their drinks right then and there. It's like, I'm literally one person. Anyways, so I constantly have to tell myself to breathe when I'm at work because it gets so stressful, and I just don't want my job to consume me and take over me and my being and my mental health. So I constantly, when I'm at work, I have to tell myself, breathe. Is this gonna matter in 10 years? Is this gonna matter in 10 years? That's what one of my professors asked us, Like, I remember she would always say, is this gonna matter in 10 years? Is this gonna matter in a year? No. If it's not gonna matter in a year, it's not gonna matter in 10. So why are you letting it bother you so much? Just let it go. Breathe and let it go. I have to work out. I don't work out, I don't have a consistent workout routine. I'm not like, I'm trying to get, huge, flex on everybody. No, I like to work out at least 5 days a week, because that helps me feel healthy physically and mentally. I usually bike and I'll just put my earphones in, I'll watch YouTube videos or I'll listen to music, and it just lets me not think about my own problems. I have tried mood stabilizers that I got from Walmart that were like $6, $4 to $6, I can't remember, but I tried those. I felt like that just made my anxiety worse. I don't know if that was a mental thing or what, but I just remember I took them for like maybe 3 days, and you might say that's not enough time to see if it works, but those 3 days I felt like crap. Like, it was not helping me at all. So I also try with ADHD caffeine. Like, I don't drink soda. I drink these fake sodas called Zevias. They have stevia in them. It's just carbonated water that tastes like soda, kind of. Anyways, so I drink those occasionally, and those do have caffeine. But I don't drink, real sodas. I don't drink like Dr. Pepper or stuff like that. I used to, but I've cut that out because I just don't like how it makes me feel. It makes me feel, I get gas from it. I feel like gurgly in my intestines. I don't like that feeling. So I just stay away from soda, but I do drink that. I drink coffee maybe once in a while when we're going on a trip and we have to drive really far away, and I've worked that day and I'm tired and I'm gonna be driving. Then I do drink coffee. But I work at Starbucks. Do I drink coffee on the daily? No, I don't. I will get tea, which, yes, tea does have caffeine, but it has way less than a shot of espresso or 2 shots or whatever you get in a latte or an iced coffee. Yeah, it has less. So I will get tea, or I'll drink water, or I'll get a pink drink, But usually I don't drink coffee because, like I said, I don't like how it makes me feel. I know for people with ADD/ADHD, they say caffeine has the opposite effect, that it makes you sleepy or something like that. I don't know. That doesn't happen for me. When I drink coffee, it doesn't make me sleepy. It does, however, make my anxiety just as bad as whenever I would take that, when I used to take my medicine for my ADHD. It would just give me those I could just feel my heart beating, just sweaty, clammy, tense, and I didn't like it. I don't like it. That's why I try to stick away from coffee. And the last thing that I have been doing to help me with my ADHD is I take CBD. If you don't know what CBD is, it is not weed, okay? It comes from the same plant. It comes from cannabis. But it does not have the THC, which is the drug in it that, makes you high. So I take basically the part that just calms you, relaxes you. That is what I do. I don't do weed. Look it up. I probably did not explain that in the best way, but if you want to learn more about CBD, Google it. There's videos you can watch, but that's what I do. I don't think you can buy it. I know in Texas you have to be 18 to purchase CBD. So if this video helped you at all, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. And I hope I didn't talk too long, but if I did and you still enjoyed it, if you're struggling with ADD or ADHD or anxiety and you want to leave some of your coping mechanisms or any story times, anything you want to leave in the comments about your own struggles, go ahead and do that. Thanks for watching. Bye!